So, Charlie, first of all, congratulations on getting a second season of Daredevil. Looking to the future, what are you most excited to explore moving forward with Matt Murdock?
You know, for those of you who've seen the full first season, you know, it's really the journey is the evolution of Matt Murdock into Daredevil and getting to that place where he can make peace with who he is and kind of fully embody that alter ego. I'm excited to see him, you know, get to see Daredevil really kind of come into his own, as it were, and really experience his life as a superhero rather than a master vigilante.
And sadly, Stephen DeKnight won't be back for season 2. How do you think the showrunner shake-up might change things?
It's hard for me to know how that's going to change things. Obviously, that we have Doug Petrie and Marco Ramirez who are going to joint showrun, so that's obviously a slightly different dynamic. But I'm familiar with both of them because they were writers on the show last year, and they came out with their episodes. So I've got relationships with them, which is nice. It's a loss, you know, because when the show was described to me and they talked about how dark and gritty it was going to be, you know, there was a little cynical side to me that thought, yeah, but we'll see if you actually are willing to maintain that once we get going, because so often that's not the case. And with these guys, with Jeff Loeb and Kareem and Stephen DeKnight, they really trod that ground right to the very end. You know, they were steadfast, and I hope that, you know, I hope we can maintain that with Doug and Marco. I think we can.
And fans obviously have their favourites. I mean, do you have any particular characters you'd love to see crop up in season 2?
What, you mean other than Stiltman?
Well, Stiltman, I'd love Stiltman. I would love to see Stiltman.
I don't know if Stiltman will make it.
Well, there's a little Easter egg with the legs.
In episode 11, I think, or 12 even. Thinking about the nature of the show and thinking about, you know, the tonally and where it sits, I'd like to see the Punisher maybe, Frank Castle. At some point, I presume we've got to have Bullseye make an entry. I don't know whether it's this season or if we're lucky enough to do further seasons, I don't know. But at some point, I feel like he has to make an appearance. I'm also, you know, I'm not convinced Wilson Fisk is out of Daredevil's life completely. You know, he may be behind bars for now, but
hopefully not.
Hopefully not. Yeah, exactly.
Putting on the iconic red suit is obviously a big moment. Was it a long journey getting to that look? Were you trying on lots of different variants, and it took a while to get there?
Yeah, and it's a real process. You know, I had to fly to Los Angeles and have a body scan, and then various fittings and tailoring it. The first time we tried it on, there's lots of things to, you know, it's a real process, you know, and there's lots of things to taper and figure out. You know, we changed the boots up, and we had stuff on the arm that wasn't quite working, and then, you know, slowly we got there. But it was very cool.
And we know, in addition to season 2, Matt's going to be back in the Defenders as
Yes.
well. How do you think he will operate as part of a team?
I don't know. I mean, I think I almost need to see what the other shows do, and what those shows feel like tonally, in order to and what the you know, how the actors bring those characters to life in order to figure out the dynamic. But it's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
You know?
Any chance we'll see you in those shows before the Defenders?
I don't know. I have no idea. I mean, possibly. I know that Luke Cage is in the Jessica Jones, and obviously it'd be very difficult to make Jessica Jones without having Luke Cage in it, and vice versa. But there is this kind of intent to maintain an anonymity to each of the shows, so you get to really live with them independently, and then when we come together, we get to see them collaborate. So.